Alright, y'all, what it is, what's up? I'm back with some more Street Fighter. Honestly, I'm just trying to add the charge tech to my game plan with Bison while I can, while I still have time. So that's like my big goal right now. And honestly, at the level I'm at, it's hard to add new things into your game. It's so detrimental because like you have to know how to do it safely, and you have to do it correctly every single time, because if you don't, there's always going to be that one person, or in my case everybody, who's going to be able to punish you in different ways, right? And since you're doing something new, or well, I'm doing something new, right, to try to keep my brain a flowing and my brain a going, yeah, it's just hard, man. Especially because I'm in a higher rank, and it's difficult. Especially when, well, it's just difficult. All right, like I don't know how good you guys perform when you're in like bad negative spaces, but yeah, suffice it to say, like this was like probably one recording of like 8 that I discarded. So I'm just trying to bring you guys the best of what I could find and what I could do, right? Because honestly, like I don't know, it's just it's a challenge right now. You know what I'm saying? In multiple aspects. But yeah, I'm just I'm kind of glad they made Bison a charge character. Like I'm not upset by it. I just wish he had better buttons on block. But again, he could just be one of those. He could just be a character that is heavily reliant on punishing a whiff button, which I suck at. So that could just be what it is. You know what I mean? So, and it is what it is. Until it's not. So I'm just trying really hard to make it a not, but again, at the same time, again, very big negative mental. Like I don't, the fact that that combo missed, like I don't know, it just, I think of like how much would my hand sell on the dark web, like just because of how bad that combo was. Someone could probably use my hands for better things. But yeah, like I'm just trying to add that that charge tech into my combos now, and it's not easy, you know. In training, I could get it probably like probably like 7 times out of 10, but in matches, it's like 2 out of 10, and it's kind of frustrating. Not like my old routes. My old routes, I can kind of guarantee it, but like I don't know. Not even now. Like I don't even want to blame like it on anything. I'm pretty sure it's just me. You know what I mean? Like when you're just when you're in like a negative space. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like you don't function normally, right? Like you just don't. But just trying to persevere through it. Or I mean, at least until I fade to nothing. Speaking of fading to nothing, let's see if we can't make this Ed into ashes. I was gonna say something about something, but I kind of forgot what it was about. Shit. Yeah, like Ed is just a tough matchup for me nowadays. I don't know, like, what what is different or what changed. I feel like like I'm always just getting interrupted off in the offensive sequences, and I just feel like I need to make better reads on offense. But like every time I have to go on the defense on offense to predict the DP or whatever, it never goes in a positive manner in my favor. I always feel like I lose like so much pressure. Like the one time I want to block on defense, they're not going for DP. They're going for like jab strings or like something that's gonna be safe on block, which in my mind is just like super frustrating because it's like the one time I go for the safe option, you go for a safe option, and I'm back where I started or in an even worse position, right? Like, and then also having to deal with the spacing issue is just like something I have to figure out. They nerfed Bison's standing heavy or standing medium kick for what reason I don't know. Like the character isn't like, some people rate Bison pretty high, and those people are like way better than me. So, and they have time to really like flesh out their skills. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I would have said, just keep the changes that they've done. Just, I don't see a reason to weaken Bison's poke. You know what I'm saying? Especially if his buttons are really shitty from far. Like, I don't see a reason why you'd want to do that, personally. But it is what it is until it's not. And the only thing I could see them doing with Bison that I think everybody would like is, again, making that install that he has an actual like thing in his game plan, and that's like pretty easy to do. All you have to do is just make it to where every effective bomb explosion you get a stack, right? Just like with non-command grab. And just how many stacks do you want to make a player have to get throughout the game? And I feel like it should continue throughout the rounds too, because if it's like a high number, like say 4, because after like 4 bomb explosions, the person should be dead, unless you're like, I don't know, not good at the character. But but yeah, like if it's like higher than 4, I think it should just progress throughout the whole match. And then once you get it, it's just kind of like, you enjoy the Giga mode. If they want to, like, I mean, like, again, they don't have to do that. Like, some people would say Bison's in a, I don't know what the community of Bisons think about that idea, and I don't know what they think overall about Bison. I just know what I see, and some people, they put Bison in a pretty good spot. So yeah, I wonder what they think about what if Bison got like an actual defensive option, and like, that's really all that install really does, is give him a defensive option and fucking change his dash, but like the dash change doesn't really fucking matter, am I right? But I wonder if they'll ever actually make that a functional game plan for Bison to go to. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you land all your hits and you do everything correctly, he doesn't need it. But at the same time, being able to be like, oh yeah, I did his game plan correctly, and be rewarded with essentially old Bison shit, or like Bison 2.5, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe that'd feel pretty good. But again, I thought Bison was the first villain of Street Fighter, but I've now recently learned that that's actually Sagat. So maybe they make Sagat like crazy good, and he's like the one bad guy that's really good in the game, other than Akuma. But I think Akuma is like a fan favorite. That's why they make him really good at what he does. The fact that I don't like drive impact the web is like so bad. That's like kind of like the main thing you want to look for to like turn ed pressure around. That's another thing that I realize a lot too in my ranks now. Like everybody on like their on defense, they like back away, which isn't bad. It's just annoying to deal with because it's a really safe option for bitches, and it's not easy to punish, you know. So like, I mean, if you dash up DP, I mean, you might catch it, but again, if you don't have a DP character, how do you punish it, right? If like, you could try to meet them air to air, but they're in the air earlier than you, and if their button has more linger properties, you'll get hit first. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my god, I missed the combo, man. So yeah, I missed that combo, and I'm thinking maybe $500 for each hand. I don't know. Lowballing it. Fuck it. Probably sell my kidneys for 400 at this point. It's crazy how you can't sell organs that you don't need, because it's like they're like, oh, it's like fucking businesses, what's the word, taking advantage of like people in need and shit. And I'm like, well, if they say you're blackballed in a state, right, and you can't make any money and you need money to survive in this fucking world now, like, is it really taking advantage, especially when you guys don't give a fuck? Like, the government's already pretty crooked, you know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna have morals here? Like, what the fuck? That's so strange. Why would you have morals there, but you're gonna protect a bunch of pedophiles that potentially have a grip on the world? Like, the fuck? I don't know. It's interesting, but speaking of things going on in the world, you know, like, I find it funny how in some states they'll lean on, like, say, migrants labor, right, to pay people like minimum wage or less than minimum wage, right? And we have, like, say, we have like people having difficulty getting jobs, right? Why can't the people having problems getting jobs and they're like legal citizens just get that opportunity, right? Like, you could say we pay them less to, say, move them to the state in which they need the people, right? Which makes sense. And then you're like, after, like, say, like, you have to put them in a contract, right? And that contract is what, you know, whatever you guys agree upon, right? And then after that contract is over, it's like, all right, so you better have saved up money because now we're gonna cut you loose into the world or whatever. You know, I feel like that solve some issues. It solve a degree of homelessness that isn't based off of drugs. You know what I mean? I mean, like, it seems like a smart idea. I don't really know if the government's gonna do that. They seem pretty interested in doing other things, which makes no sense. But it's okay. Like, at this point, I wonder if, like, actual change is ever gonna happen, or if we're just hamsters running around on a wheel, or like maybe it's like the Matrix and we're all a part of the simulation. It's all a part of the program. You know, no one's bigger than a program. Even if you're aware of the program, you can't change it. But yeah, I don't know what brought this tangent on. Again, this is why I need somebody here to talk to me. I don't go off the wheels. But yeah, back into the game. I hate this fucking character. He's hard to get in on, and most of the time he's running away from me. So it's just like, bro, just come here and let me punch you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all know what I mean, but it's alright. Looks like that was all she wrote in that game. Wow. And it's now the man who likes to kick a lot. What can I say about this matchup other than I don't know, I'm rusty, and I don't know how to punish the Jin Rise anymore. I thought I could press medium punch, crouching medium punch in between the first kick and the second one because there's a delay in it, but I am wrong. Or like, there's a timing thing to it that I'm not too privy of, to where it's like so strict, it's borderline impossible to do. That's another thing that I kind of want them to improve on with Bison. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I'm fucking stupid. That could just be a thing. But like every time, other than in this instance, I've gone for like medium punch into like low medium kick, crouching medium kick, and it's so slow that I get punished for going for it, and they're on block. Like there have been so many times where I try to go for things that normally work, and I get punished for it, and I don't know, it confuses me, man. Like, it makes me not want to use the button, but I know the button works sometimes. It's just like, it's one of those things where I have to keep reminding myself, just because it doesn't work this time doesn't mean it's not gonna work every time. But again, I'm a guy who looks for consistency, and yeah, like, life now is just not a thing that you can say is very consistent, you know. Well, I mean, not for me anyway. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are living life very technically, like, very safe. Like, they're trying to, like, watch everything, because there's a lot of shady shit going on. Like, if you guys didn't know, YouTube's trying to make it to where you gotta fucking get your, they're trying to get your ID just to for you to watch videos and shit. And like, when I heard that, I was like, isn't there like a kid function that is on YouTube for kids specifically, so that way this isn't a problem? And I know what you're gonna say. Some parents let their kids on their YouTube and let them watch like little kid shit while they're on YouTube. Those parents are giving their phones to like a 1 to 2 to 3 year old. You know what I mean? At a certain point, the 4 to 5 year olds are just watching what they want to watch on the television. You know what I mean? And like, no one's gonna mess with the kid. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like there's no real reason for the thing they're trying to initiate, right? Because it's like, you already have a thing already built into your system that's supposed to prevent whatever you're trying to use this identification plan for, right? I feel like it's just like a grab for more information. And there have been like there was this one thing that I heard of where a bunch of women get on a website and gossip about men that they didn't fucking like, but they dated. I'd like, okay, be petty, but like, now you have a site to be petty on. It's crazy. And like, you know, that'd fuck up dudes. Well, you know, it's a double-edged sword. If only guys would talk about the crazy bitches or the hoes that are in the neighborhood, you know, then everybody would know, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it'd be kind of like it'd kind of be like, I don't know, like the same thing, but like, I don't know, I think women would have it harder, or maybe the women who are deemed as the community hoes aren't gonna like get a lot of like serious relationships and shit. I don't know how that'd go. All I'm saying is that would fuck up like the dating game, even though it's already kind of fucked because of technology and shit. But anyway, the point I was trying to get at is basically like why do they need this information? You know what I'm saying? Why, like, all of that's gonna happen is it's gonna get leaked by some other like party, right? Or it's gonna get hacked by some group out there who wants the information and who are gonna use that information nefariously, whether it is an accident in air quotes, or if it's like something more like again, a legitimate accident where a group of people just want to use this electronic information to fuck up the physical space. This is another thing that I'm nervous about, right? I know. We're playing video games. Why are you talking about real life? Well, there's nothing really else in this game to talk about. I've played these matches so many times. I'm really just trying to remember how the fuck to play these matches, okay? I told you guys I'm trying to do new tech, Bison's a charge character now. I'm trying to learn how to be a charge character player. Okay, there's not much else to say, so I'm gonna talk about real shit. Okay, because that's what I like to do. If you don't know, I'm not a person that's really good at small talk. I suck at it. Okay, okay, I actually really suck at it. So anyway, this was one thing that I was really like, I'm really like nervous about, because everything's going metaverse, right? And the metaverse isn't really something you can gain a lot from. It only can fuck with you. Again, just go back to that topic we were talking about earlier. You know, and about how everything's becoming kind of like soft locked by, you know, giving your real life, your physical, your tangible information in the real world, in this metaverse space, so we can abuse it for something for the physical world. You know what I'm saying? And this goes back to what I'm fearful of, is because everything is trying to draw you out of the physical plane, but this physical plane is what gives you security, stability, and sanity, right? And the fact that, again, they're trying to normalize it, and it is to a degree normalized because of, again, how attached a lot of the populace is, the human populace is to electronics. They are attached to it to an extent, but like at the same time they make it even harder to do like things in the material world. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like you it's hard for people to become police officers. It's hard for people to become like fucking electricians, plumbers, all this stuff, because again, like, there has to be some level of support either via the government or like companies. And again, if you're not an asset nowadays, no one's gonna want to give you that opportunity, right? And in my mind, it's like either you have to actually just understand and go at it at a young age to where you're like, the real world hasn't affected you at all yet. You know what I'm saying? And then there you go. You're an untainted asset, right? But the more you stay out in the real world and you be a human and you experience things and you go through things, then in my opinion you seem less valuable. This is just my consensus as of right now, and given my own personal experience. And it's like, it's mad daunting. Like, how is it that a world like this is gonna turn around is beyond me, because it's like it already seems like we're going down, and like, hold on, and like, I would say it would be getting better if, like, say there are more opportunities for people to come back off of like difficult situations and stuff like that. But genuinely, like, you have to just be in a very good place. It's all luck based. It's all RNG. It's like life is a gamble for real. And like, if your government and your country is just gonna generally make the table against you as time progresses on, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? If, for instance, if the jobs in your area are specifically looking only for people who speak Spanish, when the native or the national language isn't Spanish, it's English, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? As a country, what are we doing? For them as a business, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna say like we're looking only for people who speak Spanish when the national language is English? It doesn't make any sense. You know, you're now crippling native-born people who didn't take the time or didn't really want to learn Spanish or didn't feel like there was a need to learn Spanish because they're in America. They're not gonna leave America, and now they have to learn Spanish in order to get a job, or already know Spanish to get the job, right? It already seems like it's what's the word? It's becoming more rigged in this case, right? And then, like, again, you go to the whole, like, you're soft locking the metaverse and censorship and all this stuff, and we all realize that the migrant thing is becoming a Western issue. Like, everywhere in the Western world, they're having migrant issues, right? And the indigenous people of the location, they don't want the migrants there. And you know, it's weird how the migrants that the migrants their original location isn't dealing with that, even though that there are safe locations in their indigenous location. Does that make any sense? Like, why are they going to Britain when Dubai is a safer place? You know what I'm saying? You know, why are they causing problems in Britain, but they're never causing problems in Dubai, Libya, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like very strange in my mind. Why are they coming to America starting riots when Mexico is a very safe place and decent place for them? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why is that happening, and then why is it being saved? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it being protected? You know, is what I'm trying to get at. Especially when like it really harkens to the fact that your civil servants aren't really your civil servants. Because when I see British people with British flags very patriotically trying to stand up for, like, you know, their traditions, their lives, and their police officers beat the shit out of them, you know, for standing up for what they believe in, is kind of just like, fuck it. It's mad ass backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, there's a part of me that's like, if this was handled the correct way, this could be very good, because it'd be like, if it was like happening globally everywhere, like in Germany, China, Korea, you know, again, Libya, Serbia, and all these places, right? Not just the Western world. And it was like everyone was welcoming them with opening arms. They were very positive, very good. Then I would say that this would be a global, like, this would be a species awakening, to where we could potentially say that our species is uniting, as not as like uniting in the sense of as a species, and not being divided by races, right? But instead it's having the opposite effect, where we're being divided by our races and by our religions, which makes no sense, because all of our religions are derivative from the same stories, which if some of you guys don't know, you should really, in your religious fanatic, you should really look into it. They're all derived from the same shit. So yeah, like, I don't know, like, I hope the people that have life are able to make change, because again, the people who are going to be out soon, they don't give a fuck. They're just going to let the world continue to burn on, right? But you know, who's going to stem the bleeding? Who's going to stop the fires? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully there isn't like some Hitler being created to stop that fire and create a whole new one, right? No one wants that. We all want peace, right? But anyway, later. Bye.